Well, hello YouTube. In this tutorial we will learn how to use pointers as arguments for functions. So let's say that we have a function that will print directly something on a screen, so void, and the task of function will be to add 1000 to any number we pass to it through pointers. Okay, so let's call it add 1000, let's say, and of course arguments, but in this case it will not be actual container, it will be pointer. So of course when you create pointer you need to say integer and then a star and then name of pointer, but now we need to use x because basically this is what I use when I work with the generic stuff, but we are not working with variables, we are working with pointers. So there must be some difference here when we are creating functions. So I'm gonna just add here xptr, and this stands for any generic pointer, any pointer that we are going to put here when we use function down there. Okay, so this is how you basically construct pointer normally, and then you say equal and then some target, some variable. But right now this is just argument. Okay, so let's go to actual operation, and operation will be simple printing, nothing special, like result. Did I type that correctly? I think I did. Result of addition of 1000, let's say, who cares. So now, because this is mathematical operation and we want to simplify our lives, we're going to put everything mathematical in independent brackets. So how to grab actual value with pointer? Well, dereferencing. Okay, so we are not interested in the printing address, we are interested in using thing that is at that address. Okay, so xptr, and we will add 1000 to it, and then we will close with end line. Right, so this is a function. Let me repeat one more time, because we have direct operation, which is very simple, printing stuff on a screen. We don't need return type, so we are not returning anything to the system. So this is why we have void here. Okay, and this is just name of the function, and every function will accept some argument. Now in this case we are playing around with pointers and not hard-coded integers and not names of variables. We are playing around with pointers. So when you are creating pointers, of course on the left side there must be a data type, and on the right side you will start with star and then name of pointer. And in this case this is generic representation of any pointer we are going to use, so xptr will just get the job done for me. Right, so in a curly brackets we will just start rolling with operation, and for simplicity reasons I just have a custom report like half of the line, and then inside of these normal brackets, because this is actually mathematical operation and you want to simplify your life, you will put that pointer, but you are not interested in address as an address, you are interested in what is in that address. Okay, so nameless container for some things that you will put there, like integers down there in the main section. Right, so here we'll say like integer number, let's say, and the value will be just 5, very simple stuff. So down there let's actually construct one individual pointer that is dedicated for this variable. Why? Because we need to use it as argument here when we call our function. Okay, so how to construct any pointer? Integer and star, and let's say ptr number, and now I'm using this name because it's very a clear representation of what it is. It is a pointer, ptr, and where it points to? Well, into variable with a name number. So everything is clear here, and of course we have a star. This is how you construct any pointer. So what is the target? As I said, number, we know that up till now, and ampersand number, and that's pretty much it. So now if I compile and run this stuff, everything will be fine, but of course, because I didn't call function, no results, but compilation is fine, so no worries about that. So now we will call actual function from outside world, because when you're creating functions, you need to either do it here or down there, and we did that in a couple of first tutorials in my playlist about C++. Right, so add and 1000. So now, funny thing, when you are passing pointer as argument, you just say PTR number here. PTR number, but without a star. And some people are probably confused. I mean, if we are using address of pointer, why don't we use a star here? Because this is how you get actual value. Well, we don't need to, because it's already done in a structure of our function. So this job is like done here. You don't need to type individual stars down there for every pointer. It is already done here, and here we are just calling a function, and of course there must be some way how to put specific pointer down there. So obviously you're gonna use name of that thing. Look, I do know that it's confusing, but this is a C++, and this is how we do stuff in this low-level approach. And if you know any other way, please type that in the comment section below. But first I need to make sure that everything is fine. So let me test that, compile, and let's actually rebuild this stuff. I definitely need to be sure. Okay, so cool, and run, and there you go. So you have correct result. So if you change here value like to 5000, then result must be 6000, because on this thing, through that thing, when you add 1000 to it, you will get 6000. And there you go. So very simple stuff. Now the only thing that is maybe confusing for people is how here we are not using star. Well, we don't use star here because we did that in a structure of our function. This is a way how I know explain this thing. If you do know how to explain this stuff in any other way, please state that down in a comment section. Right? So very simple stuff, nothing complicated except this weirdness here, but that is how life is. Right, so I'm gonna shut up. Thank you for watching as always, and see you next tutorial.